Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Crucial updates are coming in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. This one courtesy of DJ Peter Vass here on Twitter. So we do have those 2024 dates now, guys. And if you guys have, the settlement to me, or rather the verdict to me, is kind of in the back of my mind at this point. I'm just happy XRP has clarity, but there are still some dates, important dates coming up for the Ripple SEC lawsuit. After some time out, the first key date to come up is going to be February the 12th, 2024. This is the date deadline provided by the court for both parties to complete remedies-related discoveries. This process would have allowed Ripple and the SEC to share possible remedies and solutions to resolving the ongoing dispute. So we got February the 12th. Also, March the 13th, 2024, SEC files remedies brief. Then April. We've got April here, April 12th, 2024, Ripple submits the opposition, and then finally April 29th, 2024, SEC has to reply by that date. So this courtesy of Flip the Chain, just some dates to have in the back of your mind for, whether it is narrative price action, if there is, a beneficial price pump based on what we end up seeing in the lawsuit. As you guys can see right now, XRP not faring so well as, Bitcoin is also cratering. XRP right now, as of the time of this recording, trading at 56 cents. This morning it was still trading at around 61. Did go down as low as about 50 cents. So bottomed out here at about 50 cents. I think now people are realizing anything below 50 cents is a steal of a deal for XRP. So guys, market is cratering. And yes, I'm going to be updating my Patreon subscribers on when I'm going to be getting into this market for only $5 a month. You can follow me if that is something you are interested in. If you're interested in what I'm trading, because I'm opening up my trading portfolio to you. Full transparency. In the $10,000 plus portfolio, you can see what I'm trading, how much I'm trading, how much money I'm putting into these trades too. So again, if that's something you're interested in, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Boy, 2024 is going to be an interesting year, I got to say. On the XRPL, there have been some spam attacks, but guys, the deletions are starting. This coming from Mayuka Vadari. She's a developer over there at Ripple. And as you guys can see, some of these addresses are now being deleted because there has been, the spam attacks, as you guys know. FOMO here at Short the FOMO, also posting this, a more recent screen grab of some of these deletions that have occurred from some of these spam addresses, known spam addresses. So to give you guys a little bit more insight on this, Jason Runk here saying, this has been happening for a while now. There seems to be a gap because it allows the attacker to recoup most of the wallet reserve funds into a spare account. Now the XRP ledger is managing spam vertically, but needs work on the horizontal attacks. I'm not entirely sure what those two definitions mean. Put it down in the comments if you do. I'm not a developer. I'm not really interested in the tech. Personally, I bring this to you guys because it is, XRP and XRPL related news, so it could affect price. I always want to keep on top of it regardless. The cost of an account delete transaction is 2 XRP is supposed to be what prevents that, but I don't think a lot of the folks realize that it's not a normal transaction cost. Says Vadari here. So that is now what's happening. I guess we, just getting an update here on the spam attacks that are probably being fueled by that fake AI-generated Brad Garlinghouse advertisement that I know so many of you guys have been seeing on YouTube. I do apologize for that. It is out of my control. That is something that YouTube needs to look at and vet before they start putting up ads in front of videos. Anyway, wanted to thank Mayuka Vadari there, and of course, Flip the Chain for posting that. Guys, we also have this from XRP Outsider with regards to the transactions per second FUD that I think was going around. I don't know if you guys remember, we were, somebody was saying we were capping out at 50 transactions per second, but I remember David Schwartz saying at one point that we were up to nearly 1,500 transactions per second that could flow through the XRP ledger consistently without any snags. Well, here you go. Here's a video of somebody just taking a look at the validator issue. Apparently, there are zero validator issues. It keeps up with the current elevated levels of transactions per second on the XRP ledger. Don't let the FUD get to you guys. Here's just a quick video of somebody just taking a look at some of the numbers. Listen to this.
Here you can see the current increase in TPS has virtually no impact on this validator. We have plenty of overhead, CPU, memory, and we're keeping up just fine.
So that's just some of the visual metrics there. I don't know what website this is from specifically. Right down here, mainnet.xrpl.org. So I will link this in the description if you guys want to check it out for yourself. XRP Ledger, guys, healthy, fine, and well. Of course, Ripple customers are benefiting from that. Mike Manfield here bringing this, noticing that the Lulu Exchange is expanding quite quickly. Lulu just posted this to their X profile just a couple of hours ago. The 101st Customer Engagement Center of Lulu Exchange is now opening in Alhambra. So some details down here now open. You can see Lulu is, expanding their footprint. And this, I believe, is in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. So, guys, more expansion for some of these Ripple-related partners. Wanted to thank Mike for posting that. Also, this from the Wrath of Kahneman, talking about this recent Ripple report. 97% of payment leaders believe blockchain and digital assets will have a significant role in establishing faster payments within the next 3 years. So 3 years. 2024, we got 25, 26, 27. This is the year that we're going to see a lot of development, I think, not just on the XRP ledger, as I'm sure Ripple, the company, and Ripple devs do realize already, but, in general, in the crypto space in particular, worldwide spending on IT services is expected to reach 1.5 trillion. I don't know if that's a record number, but it is increasing. Whoops. Let's go back there. With talent growing increasingly scarce, companies are looking to expand overseas to tap into the global workforce. But most of these businesses that engage in cross-border payments, managing payroll and vendor payments across the world network mean relying on slow, expensive, opaque transactions from a legacy payment provider or a legacy payment system. And of course, they're promoting this, the accelerating global payment for your IT services business. Ripple now focusing on some more different verticals than they had in the past. This dealing with IT service providers and turning to the blockchain. The guide details key benefits of blockchain-powered payments and breaks down how Ripple Payments, an enterprise payment solution, can bridge two currencies in 3 seconds with one fixed FX rate. So some more details down in here. The challenges of cross-border payments, of course, are well documented. Legacy institutions take an average of 2 to 5 days, and that is changing very quickly, costing a lot of money, $100 per transaction, up to 4 to 6% error rates as well. So they are looking to streamline vendor payments. They're looking to settle payments instantly. All things that Ripple obviously already does very well. Improve transparency and reduce the costs of payments. So I will link this in the description of the video if you want to read the Ripple's Insight blog, particularly Wrath of Kahneman here mentioning something interesting. He's saying it's interesting that Ripple is targeting IT, especially global data centers. IT leaders set to deploy more workloads on infrastructure or infra as a service, public clouds as they attempt to keep costs under control. Familiar benefits, but addressing IT market. Also note one simple API of Ripple Payments. He also says down here, so there's the discussion. Ripple has moved away from the bank rhetoric and remittances. Now Ripple Payments seems poised for more businesses that move money globally, addressing those squeezed by banks and potentially more online. We got Adam down here asking, is this a good thing? Wrath of Kahneman responding, I don't know. I'm not business savvy about these things. It's not going to align with the 300 bank rhetoric that fans love. But that wasn't really adding volume. This may be a realistic and shrewd path forward towards volume growth. So Ripple, obviously, they feel like they've conquered the banking sector, and they've, kind of really hit that sector over the head enough to really kind of dominate. They have all those partnerships with central banks. So they're looking, for other ways, other avenues to leverage the XRPL and the XRP cryptocurrency to provide more revenue for the company, Ripple specifically. And so IT services could bring more value to the market, could bring XRP price up higher. It is just another interesting point here that Wrath of Kahneman makes. So I wanted to thank him for posting that. He also posted this, guys. Oceanus, I don't know if you guys remember back from last spring, they did come out saying that they were going to launch in Q4 of 2023. Wrath of Kahneman, boy, he's got a good memory. An agri-tech out of Singapore that's slated to launch Odin Pay using XRP via ODL in Q3 2023. Q4, of 2023, but we still don't have any, there's nothing here on their website. Odin Pay is a digital cross-border payments software. Through Odin Pay, you can open payment accounts for domestic and foreign remittance transactions. Additionally, we offer competitive exchange rates to help you secure foreign currencies on favorable terms. Soon you will be able to apply for supply chain financing. This will facilitate directly through Odin Pay and obtain the funds you need to finance your trade. So looking like this is still the same kind of information that we had several months ago. We aren't getting any kind of updates with regards to Odin Pay. Maybe their timeline has been pushed back as well. Nevertheless, good to stay on top of this. So wanted to thank Wrath of Kahneman again just for posting that. Mike Manfield here, notice this, guys, a Ripple-connected bank, Sony Bank, I believe they're called Sony Bank Payment Services down here, is now in the news. Blackstone buys a majority stake in Sony Payment Services Japan's Sony Bank has offloaded a majority stake of its payment business to private equity funds manager Blackstone. And so if these guys are connected to Ripple, well, guys, that means a more extensive partnership, obviously supported in Japan. Under the deal, Sony Bank will roll over a certain portion of its equity and will continue to support the growth of Sony Payment Services. The consumer electronics giant established its payment services business back in 1995 and launched its banking business in 2001. SPVS was spun off as a standalone company in 2006. The business is currently one of the top payment service providers in Japan, offering high-speed and secure infrastructure for customers and businesses to process online payments. And then we got Hideko Nakamura, I'm sure I butchered that, president and CEO of Sony Payment Services, says SPSV has solidified a healthy market position and earned the trust of customers as a high-quality payment service provider. We believe this partnership with Blackstone will boost the SPSV's capabilities through investments in IT and talent to help accelerate its growth journey, particularly at an exciting time of growth for the electronics payment industry in Japan. Notice how they mention investments through IT or internet technology. Now, also notice the new development here. Where was it here from Wrath of Kahneman when he was mentioning this Ripple's Insight report? Ripple is targeting IT, especially global data centers. So, guys, that is a very, very interesting connection, and I'm glad I was being as astute as I was to notice that connection here. As you can see, Mike Manfield posted this Wrath of Kahneman tweet from back in 2020, March of 2020. Ripple user Sony Bank launched its Money Kit back in 2020, English language digital banking for foreign residents in Japan. In 2017, they joined SBI's consortium using the RC Cloud platform powered by Ripple. Will remittance be the play in here too? Like SBI, Sony also invested in Securitize. So a few connections here with regards to Sony Bank. You can see up here, this is the Sony Bank platform connected to RippleNet, partnered with SBI. So you can see the connections there. And for reference, Wrath of Kahneman does link all those links down in the description of this tweet thread. So I found that interesting. I did a little more research, and I don't know if this is connected or not, but I mean, if we do have that connection through Sony Financial Holdings, I just happened to see this report back from roughly that same timeline, May of 2020, and you look down here to page 11, you guys can see that there is somebody named Mr. Yoshimichi Makiyama. The company's independent outside statutory auditor and a partner of Ripple Partners. Who is Ripple Partners? Is this a different company altogether? So I looked this guy up, Yoshimichi Makiyama, and guys, apparently he is a professional here with the law firm Ripple Partners. Now, I don't think this has anything to do with Ripple, the company, but it is a coincidence that, in this document here, we have this connection to, I think it is a law firm, but also connected to Sony Financial Holdings, which coincidentally is connected to Ripple, the payments company, as per Wrath of Kahneman's connections down in here. So, I didn't know. I had to do the research. I just wanted to check it out just to see, but I don't know. Maybe this is connected in some way. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, so I'm not going to say that it is. But anyway, something else maybe to be looking into. But again, wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman just for bringing us that info. Guys, the market is heating up. 2024 is looking to be a very bullish year. And Fred Krueger did come out and wanted to highlight James Van Stratton's take on this ETF, a potential super cycle. So could we see this super cycle? He said, I had dinner with a TradeFi family office manager, so traditional finance, with $2 billion under management, and the perspective of this ETF is clear. This is the only way traditional finance will really participate in cryptocurrency. If you had traditional finance participating in crypto in the past, it was probably a very shaky, maybe a bit of a rogue investment to say the least. But, based on the ETF news, we have seen the price of Bitcoin rallying. Now it is taking a bit of a turn, but I do think the big money will be coming in once we do see this bottom out. And not only will the big money be coming in, guys, I will also be coming into this market. I want to be on the right side of the trade. I want to use retail as my exit liquidity, as you guys should as well. I mean, we're all retail, but really, we want to be on the right side of the trade, not on the wrong side of the trade. So you can follow if you're interested to see what I'm doing. And this is not financial advice, by the way. It's just showing you guys what I'm trading this bull run for only $5 a month at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. So he says, TradeFi is coming into crypto. It doesn't mean they will charge in all at once. But James Van Stratton does have a theory here. And his theory goes as such. Bitcoin is up 8% in 2024 already. Well, this is a bit dated now that Bitcoin is down. We are 8 days away from an ETF approval at the latest. But here are his two theories. He says, my two theories that I believe break this cycle: diminishing returns due to the inflows of the ETF an all-time high before the halving. So you know how we had Bitcoin and the diminishing returns theory? If I throw Bitcoin here on the weekly, you can see, just based on previous bull cycles, like if we were to just take, let's just say 2011 to 20, let's say to the top here, 20, let's just say, or was this the cycle? 5,200%, give or take. Now, if we were to take the bottom of this cycle and bring it up here, we are at about 12,800%. Excuse me, this first number was 51,100%. The second number, 12,800%. And then the last bull run for Bitcoin, I had done the numbers in this morning's video, which I will link up here, 2,112%. So diminishing returns would suggest that Bitcoin would go below this amount here. So definitely not hitting $341,000, but probably somewhere in and around here. I don't know exactly. I'm not going to give a price prediction, but somewhere in and around here would just kind of stay in line with that diminishing returns theory. But he's saying this theory could break diminishing returns due to inflows for the ETF. So because of the inflows, this could change the whole cycle pattern. Fred Krueger continues by saying the third reason why this may be the last true cycle in ordinals and general congestion: fees could exceed block rewards consistently by 2028, making the halving much less relevant. So in the past, we generally saw the halving occur, and then the rest of the bull run just kind of really take off. Here's Bitcoin again on the weekly, and it's a chart with the halvings that have occurred back in 2012, 2016, 2020, and then the proposed one in 2024. And as you guys can see, the bull run has consistently played out. After those halvings, we've seen the bulk of the rallies since the halvings occurred. And so what we're expecting in 2024 is that same thing to occur. But the ETF inflows, guys, as per this theory here, could suggest that the halving might be actually less relevant, which would mean much longer bull markets, but also a mega long bear market like we saw with gold in 2012 to 2019. James Van Straten says, I would expect fees to exceed block rewards on random individual days this cycle coming, maybe even on the halving block. We could see huge demand. So talking a little bit more about the particulars here, a long bear market may hold true, but it may be more of a market saturation. Price stays stable, but it will inevitably drop from below off top. So we won't have those sustained tops. We could see market stability. We could see Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin actually stabilize. Which could that mean that the rest of the market will stabilize too? Psychologically, that top number is critical. Bitcoin was almost never above $10,000 in 2017, and yet we remembered the $20,000 top, says Fred Krueger here. James Van Straten responding, yes, price is almost a nonsense metric when taking peaks and bottoms. Realized price is much better to go off. So what will the realized price be in this bull market? Some other people chiming in on this, but guys, an interesting theory: could the market structure change because of the ETF inflows? That is, of course, if the ETFs are approved. And so will they be approved? This is another very, very good question. Market sentiment is not looking too great right now. Check out those two very, very long bullish candlesticks, guys. Looks like we are in the red, and we are just starting another one here. Are we seeing some green shape up on that chart? I don't know, but it'll be very, very difficult to recoup those gains that we just lost. That's just my opinion. And if you guys want to see what I'm trading, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.